Hey everybody, this is Aylad, and in just a couple seconds we're going to be streaming some Starmade. Oh yeah. Alright, hey everybody, this is Aylad, and we're back at work on my mini station tonight. At the moment I'm actually in, just a pretty standard little zip around pod. Got a few things I wanted to show off here as we kind of get started with the stream. The first thing is actually not part of the mini station at all, at least not at the moment, though it will be. It is one of these. Probably this one. Yeah. Alright, this is a modular USD that I kind of built. Finished one won't have those power cores or those thrusters. That was just for testing purposes, but basically this little mini core or mini module here is a USD. It's the logic in it for the most part is right off of Bench's tutorial that I guess probably everybody's been following for ages. But I kind of built it into, first of all, it slopes down a little bit, like the outer entrance is, excuse me, trying to get lined up here, is 2 blocks higher than the exit into whatever it's attached to. So like if I put it on a station, you'll enter here and then go down a 2-block high ramp before entering the actual station. I did that so that it lines up with my pretty standard module docking racks that I'm going to show off here in a second. So I had to rejigger the logic just a little bit for that, but it's not too much. You notice that it doesn't have a rail docker, and the obvious reason for that is this is docked as a module to a station or a ship. I can't really also dock it to another ship, so this is a receiving end only. Other things can dock to it, but if I want to, for example, if I want to dock my mining ship down there to a station, it would need an actual integrated USD. This is, it's for specific uses. It's not an all-purpose USD. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool because what this is going to allow me to do is move USDs easily from place to place on the station, install and remove them using a your basic little space forklift kind of deal. And by the way, redesigning that is going to be an upcoming project. So for testing, the reason why it's floating all the way over there, I had it docked here to one of my module racks. This still needs some aesthetic work, but the logic is mostly done. Basically, I go into build mode. Moving. In a build mode, you can see the pickup rails. Comes in docks right here. This is my standard 9x9x9 module docking scheme here. And then from the outside, if I'm in a little space forklift or even a little pod like the one I was just zipping around in, there it is, I can use the core beam to activate this little activation module here. Let me do that real fast. Let's see. See if I can do this quickly enough. I should be able to activate it and then jump back into build mode and show you what that looks like. Alright, and you see that it reverses the pickup rail and then gives me a little shootout rail right at the end to eject the module. Now, on its way out, it activates that button right there. It's tied into the shootout rail, actually. That's the wrong button. And once that's active, you can see that it all switches back to receiving module. So it's open for business again, and the red light kind of indicates the status. Wait, that's wrong. Well, anyway, if something is actively docked, the green light goes off. It's not open. And then once it resets, then the green light comes back on again. Can't see that right here because I can't actually access the logic for that directly. But I'll show you here in a second. Give me a minute to show off another new station feature. Then I'll kind of put this through its paces. Let's see, we got somebody joining the stream. Hey, it's Warwolf41. Station's looking pretty sweet. Thank you, man. I appreciate it very much. It's got a long way yet to go. All the pink stuff's getting ripped out and replaced. Got a lot of exterior cladding to do, bulkheads and such. The logic is what I've kind of been working on off camera, and I am pretty pleased with it. So the lower level of the station, the lowest level of the station, is a cargo bay. It's designed to hold 2 of my 9x9x9 pods, or 1 lens cap standard 9x9x17. That's why there's these different rail tracks going in. 2 9x9x9s are going to park, you know, on the 2 outer ones, or the lens cap pod would kind of scoot along the center rail. Now, what I designed for this is a way to specifically request certain pods to come out here to the outside loading area, or alternatively to load them in a logic-based kind of way. So, here's what I'm talking about. Like right now, I don't have the full pods. Oh. I've just got these little buddies set up for little demonstration dummies. Those are my crash test dummies, right? You can see on the outside display panels, I've got 1 docked on this side, but I've still got 1 open, right? On this side, since I've got that one docked on the center rail, it thinks I've got a lens cap pod docked in there, and so it says that I've got 1 docked and nothing open because I can't park anything else in there at the same time, right? But if I want to call this pod out, zap that button. See the little lights flashing as it moves along. 3 greens means that I can pretty much park anything on that side now. And it comes out by request. Very nice. Now let's say I just want to load it again and I don't really care which bay it goes into. I can just zap. If it's one of my standards, the 9 cube, zap that one. Oh, this is embarrassing. You're going to work, right? Oh, come on. Yeah, that's embarrassing. What can I... That one's also broken. Fun times. Alright, guess I'm going to do a little on-camera logic fix here. Give me a second. Dang. In my defense, Starmade crashed due to Microsoft's stupidity while I was building all this. I guess some of my work didn't get saved. Maybe I just screwed it up. Who knows? Let's see. This. Just go into that and. This also goes into the and. That fires. Okay. Wait a second. Alright, so this button should fire when this one does. And it doesn't. Okay. I'm trying to think exactly which one of these was supposed to actually activate that. Should be the and, yeah. Okay. Yeah, at one point I think I moved these ands and I probably just forgot to connect them back up to this button. Now all this is of course going to be enclosed. So you're not going to see any of the logic pipes or anything. Alright, now if I'm in that little pod or a forklift or whatever, I hit this button. You can see that it moves my little dude in. And it just parks it in the first, that's not available. It's supposed to park it in the first available spot, but that one technically is not available. So that sucks. We get this sucker back out to the front. The request system's working fine. The docking system I got, or the loading system I got messed up at some point. Okay, alright, so this told that it was empty. Okay, I'm confused now. This is why I hate doing logic on camera, guys. Alright. Something else supposed to go into that and, obviously. Yeah, and I see what it is. Maybe. What is that? Oh yeah, it's just another forklift. Sorry, a little distracted. Okay. So in order for it to be loaded onto anything on this side, that one right there has to be open. Right. Okay. Crap. Alright, I think I see what I have to do. I really do. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of park it right here. So, so if I'm gonna load it anywhere on that side, that thing's gotta be available. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna load it anywhere on this side. This thing's gotta be available. I don't think that's an error I made when moving some of the logic around. I think that was a design flaw that I never tested for. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so let's try this again. This time it should definitely park on the other side. Oh, come on! Oh, right, okay. This is supposed to be active. There we go. And it parks. Alright. And the indicator light switches to show that it's that bay is full. Let me go through the whole cycle, and this is hopefully going to be the way it's supposed to look. Let me call it back out again. Boom. All right. I just want to park it kind of generically. I don't really care where. It'll go the same spot though. Game code seems pretty consistent with it. Oh, right. Little hitch there. Nothing major. All right, now let's say that this is parked here mistakenly. It's actually a 9 cube rather than a lens cap pod. So let me call it out. I want to get it parked back where it's supposed to go. All right, so I pull it out and I say, hey, this is actually a 9 cube, so I'm going to hit this little green square. And it comes back in, and this time it should park right there, and it does. Perfect. Cool. Now, all is well and good, but suppose I actually don't want the logic picking for me where it ends up going. Suppose I actually care and I want that little test dummy to go all the way back to this back corner. Right? I can hit this button here, and I get 3 little hideaway buttons. I hit them because I didn't want the exterior controls to be overly complicated, but that button corresponds with the docking bay that we're targeting. And there it goes. Boom. Right where I wanted it. Alright. Close this up. May call this one out. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oops. Okay, open up this side. This time I want to park it in the middle. There's 2 ways I could do it. I could either hit that button right there, or I can just say, well, you know, park it in a middle slot that's available. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? I'm going to have the same little logic problem that I just fixed about 5 minutes ago, only in reverse this time. Yeah, I am. Okay, so this, in order for this one to trigger, this has got to be free. Yeah, okay. Just gonna put them right over here. Whoops. Good. I'm using the wireless so that I can avoid having pipes everywhere. By the way, love that feature. And let's see. Should be active, right? Yeah, okay. And then this has got to be free. So only if both small bays are open will it use the middle rail to park a large pod. Alright. Then I've got to do the same thing over here. This has got to be free. Let's see, can I put it there? Is that interfering with anything? Oh. And this has got to be free. Okay, that should work. So if I hit this button, it should definitely go into that side, definitely not this side. Okay, little visual glitches with its movement, but yes, it went exactly where I wanted it to. Alright, so you can see, like, I'm going to have a solid wall behind this to hide the logic. Oh, that's going to be a neat trick, isn't it? Okay, well, I'm going to have... I'll figure it out. But anyway, this green square is going to be exposed for a 9 cube, and the red rectangle is going to be exposed for lens cap standard. Odd. Yeah, I'm going to have to move those. Aren't I? I wouldn't, except that this is it's a half slab. Yep. Crap. Okay. Let me think how I want to do this exactly. I guess I'll just have to move every dang thing. All right. Let's see. I think. Oh, the trials of logic. And does this point anywhere except into the and? Don't believe it does. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. I might be breaking something, but I think the only connection that this makes right here, so I've got to grab that. This is going to be so sloppy by the time I'm done with it. Okay. This one. What's this? Right. Let's see. This one points here. Okay, did I? Yeah, I did. And this one, it's here. And I was pretty proud of how neat I was keeping the logic, and now it's all falling apart. Whatever. Alright, ones that should be owned now are this one, this one, this one, but not the last one. Okay, cool. Alright, now this knot points into this wireless. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I did this so stupidly. Using too many blocks here. Alright, so crap. Alright, so this knot points into this wireless. There we go. This knot points into this wireless. Okay. I'm going to rip these out. Didn't need them. Just being an idiot with them. Alright. This points into this. Is that correct? Yeah, that should be correct. Oh, no, not into the delay. Yeah, I knew I did something stupid. All right. Still doing stupid stuff. This is exactly why I never do logic on camera. Okay, so both of these point into that end. Very nice, very nice. This... Oh, wait. This points into this end. This points into this end. This points into these ends. And this points into these ends. Alright, I'm almost sure that I got this mostly right. Okay, and then it's right here. Should be on. Did I remember to attach those? I did. Okay. Alright. Logic, 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 logic. I think I'm good. I think it works. Let's find out if it works. Okay, let me call this one out. This will allow me to build a solid wall behind these little green and red blocks. Okay, I'm going to just park it in the first available, what you call it. Alright, that'll work. That was available. Alright, let me call that one forward. I'm going to call, normally I wouldn't do this, but since I'm just in testing and setup type stuff, whoops. Let me call this one forward. Normally I'm only supposed to have one out here at a time, and really I should probably build a safeguard to prevent this, but whatever. Now it's safe to hit that. Send that back. Oh, the stupidity. I'm such an idiot. Alright, cool. That's a good thing they're just 1 meter footprint, because otherwise that would have gotten real messy. Alright. Let me think. Let me go ahead and open these up. Alright, I want to pull this one forward, and I want to park it on the middle rail over there. Okay. Oh, nuts. Come on. There we go. Alright, I need to summon this back. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's the fact that it is able to clear that way is a totally accidental bit of logic interaction, but it works. It works for my purposes. Alright, now, this whole side should be blocked off to any cargo of any size. So let me see. If I try to park this, it should shunt over to the left here. And it does. Okay, I think I got all the fail safes up here wired in correctly. I think. Pretty sure. Okay, now what happens, I wonder, if I try to request this to go to the one over there that's already full up? I think I designed it so that can't happen. Maybe? I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. Oh well. Alright. Oh, sweet. Okay. Again, totally accidental bit of interactive stuff. Alright, so I can't be stupid and tell it to go someplace that's already occupied. Let me see if I can actually fix that. Just build in a failsafe. Sooner or later I'm going to be stupid. Where does this point? Okay. That points into the delay. I wonder what happens if I... What happens if I point it into the and rather than... No, then it won't fire at all. Okay, I got this. Thinking. Alright, so instead of pointing directly into the delay, this needs to point into an AND. Yeah, okay. And this one would point into an AND right there. Uh-huh. See, this would point into that. This would point into that. That's right, I've got to break him off from the delays too. Good. This would point there. I don't know why I had that pointing into the button rather than the delay. This. Probably just a misclick. Point there. Oh. There. Alright, and then these should each go forward to that. Same set of safeguards. I could have set this up differently if I'd planned it from the beginning, but I don't think it would have been much more efficient in terms of blocks used than it is now, so that's fine. Okay. I think I set this up correctly. Alright, so basically I shouldn't be able to send this to the middle space on this side. Oh, crap. Does it anyway. No, it doesn't. Oh, interesting. No, it doesn't. That's a problem. That's a problem. Should just be able to, I don't think this ties into anything else. Should just be able to trigger that without messing with anything at all. Okay. Okay. So these apparently also trigger this directly. Yeah, they do. Oh, what just happened? Okay. Yeah, the end block should trigger them instead. Trigger it instead. And logic like this, you always think going in, okay, this is not going to be too complicated. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Alright. Alright, so now I should be able to hit this middle button and it won't move at all. Boom. Did it actually trigger? Yeah, I see it turn blue, but nothing happens. Excellent. On the other hand, if I hit this middle button, look at that. Yeah. Very nice. Does exactly what I want it to do. Okay. That's progress. It's working a little better than it might have been. All right. And of course, it's always good to get it in the development stage rather than discover the bug after it's spawned into a survival world. All right. Yeah, I think that works. All right, so let me, without doing a super technical thing, let me just kind of walk you through how this works. Obviously, each one of these is triggered if something's parked on it. Those feed into this array right here, with the one that's closest to the exit being the one that's closest to the exit. So that ties in here, middle one, farthest, farthest. That's mirrored on this side. Yep, everything pretty much is. If these are empty, then it comes up here and it shows that they're available for storage. If the middle one is not empty, then it actually turns off all the green. Because, like I said, if the wider pod is stored here, then I can't put anything on the two sides either. Right? If I press the request button for something that is actually stored in there, it switches the rails around as you might expect, kind of moves them forward and then down the center. Right about, is it here? Yeah, right about here. Once something passes over that rail, it resets all these little branches, the side arms, to push back toward the end. So if there's any reason why more than one crate would be moving toward the center, first one to get here sends everything back to its dock, except for itself because it's already headed this way. Just a little safeguard, and that's why I was able to get those separated when they were parked up next to each other. Yeah, I feel you about this logic. It was one step at a time. I promise you. This is it was not meant to be this complicated. All right. Yeah, so far so good. With these, it kind of just reverses that. Like, each one of these switches a single rail right here to point out at whichever arm. Yeah. And then it also switches the center track to point back. Not in that order, though. Center track is switched, and then the little side branches are switched. Okay. If I hit this button, it checks with this logic through this array of ands and wireless blocks to see which one, which bay is open. If I just click this one, it's just looking for a single bay that's open with nothing parked on the middle rail. If I click the wide to store a wide pod, it has to make sure all three bays on that side are open. And if nothing is open, then nothing moves. Like if I've got a crate parked here and a crate parked here, and I try to store a wide pod, it's just gonna sit there looking at me like I'm stupid. Yeah. So far so good. And then this is about as simple as logic gets. It runs on a basic rail. Yeah. That's a nutshell. The actual nuts and bolts of everything gets pretty frustrating, as you just saw. Specific rails as it moves are just tied into these buttons, which are tied to the lights. That's how I get my flashing lights. Let's see. If I send that little pod that way, you can see that on the center rail both lights flash. And then when it chooses a side, only the light on that side flashes. So even if I'm not really looking in here, if I'm like up here, I can tell by the lights which side it's getting stored in. And then indicator lights are not working. Why is that messed up? Can't remember how far forward it's got to go before it's safe to go ahead and just send it back. I know it's safe now. Okay, so that light works. Pull it forward again. So let's see, this ties to this. Yeah, that knot should be tied into a light, and it's... Oh wait, that's not true. Huh. Just send it back to that one again and we'll see what happens. Maybe it's just a case of a knot not toggling correctly. Anyway, when this gets docked in that back corner, these two lights should go off and there should be a red light here. Yeah, something's not triggering that correctly. Okay. Good to know, good to know. Means it's full, that means it's empty. Dude. What gives? How can this be tied into an and? This is a glitch. It's not a glitch in my logic, it's a glitch with the game. The and literally cannot be on right now. Oh jeez. Alright, I'm gonna put up my "we'll be right back" screen while I restart the game, and we'll see what's going on with this nonsense. So I'm not actually going anywhere. Just exiting the game and restarting. Take me a minute. Sorry about this, guys. It's a little frustrating. Yeah, figured out logic. Like, you start out by doing really simple stuff. Kind of work your way up. And then when you get to anything that's even halfway complicated, you just take it one thing at a time. Like, you don't need 20 things to happen at once. You need one thing to happen. Then once you've got that, then you make another thing happen. And so on. And eventually, maybe, mostly works. And you spend the rest of your life debugging it. Get spawned in here and I'll reactivate the game feed. Emma. Alright. Good. Alright, so, yeah, it was a visual glitch. Restarting the game fixed it. I didn't actually do anything, but when I restarted, the and was off and that light was off. So, just a little hiccup with Starmade itself. No biggie. Alright, cool. So that's that. I don't feel like doing more case testing, so we're just going to kind of roll with that and assume that everything is working correctly. Hopefully. Creative mode for forget. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and build this back wall so that I don't have to stare at quite so much ugly logic. Give you an idea of what it's going to look like. I mean, you know, it's a flat gray wall. It's not like I'm showing off a whole lot of amazing aesthetic design choices, yeah? I'm looking at it and I'm really thinking I want to not have the full block here. Just go with a quarter block. I think that looks better. Cool. And for a row. I don't know if I should leave it as the basic hull or if I should switch to armor. I feel like I should switch to armor though. Let's see. Camera. Standard armor. That's what I've been using though. Let me go to actually something totally different. How about brown standard armor? Alright. Cool. Yeah, that'll do. See, I used brown standard armor there too. Oh, good. Oh, good. Let's see, should be about 12. Oops. 13, actually. But whatever. There's selection. Let's see. Oh, whoops. 2. Alright. How's that? I might hate it. It's okay. I'll be able to recolor it later if I want to. We want to go ahead and round this off a bit. Nuts. There. Probably redesign that at some point too. There's gonna be so much redesigning here. That's okay. Alright, so yeah, I was just gonna show off some more stuff with these docking racks. Let me kill the light in mode. Jump out of the station entirely and see if I can figure out where I parked that thing. That thing. Yeah, that's it. Let's jump straight into it. The reason why I've got thrusters and whatnot attached to this should be shortly obvious. Because I don't have a forklift ready to go on this. I need to redesign my forklift from the ground up. It's the way I had to build it. It's got awful power spaghetti running through it. And as you know, the power is being redesigned. So with all the spaghetti, it's not really feasible to just switch over the existing design. Just gonna have to redo it from scratch. Alright, let me see if I can maneuver this now. Am I this good? Can I do this? Let's see. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Should just be able to lock it in there. Uh-huh. Something's not working right. I have a sneaking suspicion it could be another game glitch, but let me get into build mode on the station itself and we'll see what we got going on. Hey. Rails on this game. Missing a lot of optimization. Yep, okay. I am correct. That should be moving, and it's not moving. I don't know if it's because it's colliding. I don't detect any movement like it's trying to move. There's no actual collision. Sometimes things collide with non-physical blocks like rail. Thinking it's not colliding, it's just frozen. Huh. Matt Steele, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Just looking at another rail glitch, second one for the stream. Pretty sure it's just a rail glitch. No reason why this shouldn't be moving. That block feeds directly up into that, and it all runs back to here, and I've tested this rail before, and I know it works. So. Don't really know what to do with that. Guess I can just eject it. Oh, wrong way. Alright, let's try this again. So frustrating. Let me try a different one this time, though. They're all built the same. Like I said, I had tested that rail. I have not changed that rail since I did a successful test of it. I haven't changed the design of this thing either, so there's no collisions. It was just a game glitch. I hate being one of those people who's like, I didn't make a mistake, you made a mistake. But in this case, yeah. I'm getting pretty good at lining this up without being able to see it. Oh, dang. Yeah. Well, guys, I hate my life sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna cry. That's what I'm gonna do. Right. I do love the new structure select thing where I can just middle mouse button click to switch into build mode on a different connected entity. All right, I'm gonna restart the game again, just like I did last time. So I'm not actually going anywhere. Just exiting the game again. Retractable turrets. Yeah. That's something I've got to do. I haven't done that yet. It's a hole in the very fiber of my being, and it's gnawing at me that I haven't done a retractable turret. I'll get around to it. Yeah, this kind of thing, though, where I dock something and it doesn't move, happens all the time to me. The other thing that tends to happen is I disconnect from something and the game thinks they're still stuck, still docked together. And that's why everything, and I do mean everything I build now, is going to have shootout rails for undocking. It's just the only way to do it these days. Hopefully they'll get a lot of the rail glitches cleaned up at some point. I did see in the notes to one of the recent dev builds, I saw something about new docking behavior, or maybe new undocking behavior. I'm not sure. Does anybody have any more info on that? I haven't seen the details. I just saw that simple statement, new behavior. Really like to know what that is. I hate to think I'm putting a lot of work into this and it's going to all break. I get my detailed information usually from JW608. I haven't seen him post a video on that. Maybe I just haven't been watching. Yep, there we go. Right where it's supposed to be. Very cool. Alright, so this comes in, it docks. Oh, for a minute there I panicked, but all the buttons are actually accessible without hitting these by mistake. It'd be a little tricky to make that happen. I don't know a better way to deal with that. Yeah. So once it docks, a little light comes on in here. I need some other stuff to happen along with that. Yeah. It's pretty much a more or less a, what do you call it? A bench design USD. Pretty standard. Just a few little tweaks here and there. Super minor stuff. Alright. So that's cool. That's how I'm going to get a USD mounted on the station. You can see that with it docked, it actually goes a little bit over my size limit, but that's okay. I want the station to be expandable, extendable. That's why I have so many of these module docks. Total of 5 in all. Be a lot of fun. Laid out all my logic on the hull. It all worked. Yeah. Screen? Oh, crap. Yep, thank you. Forgot to change back. I'm so good. I'm good at streaming, guys. I'm a pro. I'm a pro. There we go. Anyway, when I started the game back up, this is exactly where it is now. Haven't moved it. Exactly where it's supposed to be. Confirming that it was a rail glitch. Alright, so yeah, anyway. So this is a bench standard USD. You heard me say that. Couple little tweaks, mostly just to get it where I can have a little ramp down into the interior. Instead of just being a straight tube. Did that because it was easier than reworking all the logic so that the USD would be flush with the bottom of the module. Just wasn't wasn't workable for me. Yeah. I've got some more logic work I want to do where stuff on the inside of the station happens when something's docked, but I don't feel like dealing with it right now. I'm kind of a little fed up with logic for the evening. Yeah. Mostly thanks to all this junk. What do I need to do this evening, though? Is something else I was going to work on. Remember exactly what it was. Oh yeah, and I was going to show you, also, this was kind of staring us in the face the whole time I was down here working, and I never really commented on it. The module docking bays are also a shipyard. The idea is, from the shipyard computers here, one on each side, I should be able to produce either one of my standard modules or my tiny variation on the lens cap standard. The variation being that my cores are in a different place than his. I think he centers his. Mine are going to be offset, but that's okay. Yeah. This is about the size that the station is going to be. It's going to fit in the pink box. It goes all the way out flush to the edges of the pink box, but does not go beyond it. The module does. I think the module sticks out 3 meters if you count the pickup point. The modules are not going to be docked when it's in its final blueprint form. So yeah, everything's going to be neatly inside the box. There's going to be some bulk added, like as I kind of close things in. I've got space here. I'm going to do, of course, outer walls. I can come down one more block for the floor, which gives me very little room. All the way up, as far up as I'm going to go. I don't know about my elevator shaft here. I don't know. Probably just cut it off right here. I don't really think I need it to go any higher. Yeah. You have pretty much the basic image of how big it's going to be. There was something I was going to be working on tonight, and I've forgotten what it was I intended. Let's see. I know both shipyard computers need, shipyard computers need to draw from central storage. And I think I already have... There's a very shallow shipyard up here. If they don't change shipyard mechanics, it should be adequate for my needs. I think I've already got it tied in. Oh, I don't. Do I have it pointing at some other cargo system? I don't think I do. I think there is another storage system on the station. On. Alright, so that should be working now. 2 shipyards on 1 station. I sure hope so. I think so. It's not giving me any of the errors it would do. And I think I've done it before. Yes, I have. Yeah. On my base on the Starmade server, I had at least 5? 6? Can't remember. Different sizes. 1 main one at least. Maybe 2 main ones. Yeah, and then 3 small ones for my modules. So yep. As many shipyards as you need, I suppose. Yeah, so anyway, what was I saying? I can back in a creative mode, and I can be working on kind of designing the shipyard will actually look like. Let's see. Just grab some armor. It's going to be the same on both sides, so let's do this using very basic intelligence. Should be the actual floor area. Very small because, again, these are really just to build the little modules like cargo pods and such. Let's see. Whoop. There we go. Some light gray hull. A little floor texture. Alright, good. I'll be honest with you, I don't know fully what I want to fill these in with. I don't want just a flat floor. Let's see, I am going to have a solid surface down here, so maybe I just want... not crystal armor, it's the mesh. Yeah, alloyed metal mesh. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, as far as the use of space, like, I've really been enjoying building this under some pretty tight space constraints. Like, it's been really rewarding for me. Try and figure out how to cram a full base into a small cube. If you're interested in the concept, if you haven't already been checking out, let's see, who else has done one from Star Squadron? Pretty sure Lens Cap, Jace Machine, maybe JW608. I'm probably forgetting somebody. Have all done them recently. That's completely where I'm stealing the idea from. Same dimensions and everything. 51 cube. Yeah. So if you kind of like the idea of working in the limited space, you definitely should check them out and see what they're up to, or have been up to. I don't know if that's an ongoing project like mine is, or if they're pretty much wrapped it up already. But anyway, it's been definitely fun. I've always kind of liked working within limitations. Kind of like the haiku of voxel games, right? Okay, I might replace the mesh with something else. And of course, like I said, there's going to be a solid surface down here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So let's see, what would a tiny shipyard actually look like? Decisions. Wait, what is... Am I using two different things? This is dark gray standard armor. Well, that'll never do. Let's see. Place it active. There. All right. Heaven forbid I get a little color variation, right? Yep. All right. Kind of don't like messing with girder. It mirrors poorly and doesn't rotate as much as I would like. Or at least doesn't have all possible rotations. Kind of don't think it does. I guess it does alright. I'm probably thinking of Shipyard. No, I'm right. Look, the texture that's on top, no matter what I do, I cannot get it on bottom. Yeah. Like, girder in theory is great, but when it comes to rotating it and building large structures out of it, it gets kind of frustrating. But I need something in here. See, of course I'm going to decorate with those. Of course I'm going to overuse pipes, as I always do. um... I'm going to overuse this trick, as I always do. Oh, I like the animation. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. That needs to go. I just broke everything, didn't I? That left the pieces in place. It's cool. Grab Shipyard computer. Pipes are good. I use them to hide logic lines. I just use them everywhere. They are great for logic lines. The new wireless block mechanics, though, are really kind of making them obsolete for that. Somewhat. I mean, not entirely. Oh, that's not even the orientation I wanted. Oh, it's the same one. That's what I wanted. Yeah, okay. And this, of course, is ridiculously overdone. Like, I guess everybody does this. Unless they have sworn off it because it's overdone. I don't have that kind of self-control. Let's see. Yep, something like that. Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Here. Good. Oh, that's set up properly. Gotta relink them to the cargo. Good. Let's grab some grate. I have one quibble with grates. I really like them, but this piece right here, the one thing I have against this piece is that you can't use it as stairs. You know, for just if there was a variation where the bars ran horizontally with it in this position, it would make such a great alternative to simple, boring, flat ramps. But nope. Hopefully they'll add that at some point. And I mean, you know, of course it looks more modern or futuristic or whatever to have bars be horizontal, and when you use them as fences, like that, there you go. Makes perfect sense. It's just, yeah, it's just not what I wanted, though. Let's see. Do something like... see? Yeah, it's not going to work. Wanted to kind of do like a little overhang deal. Just like this, but then the bars are rotated. I guess I'll just change what it does down at the bottom. Yeah, like that. That'll work. Let me grab some white light. That's good. Yeah, that's definitely a workspace. Yeah. Or what if I did something like this? Then turn them off. Yeah, the thing I hate about these is that they always look like they're on even when they're not. It's okay. Do I want white? I don't know. I don't know if I want white. Orange might be a bit much. I think I like it better. Kind of has a little bit of a hazard stripe look to it. It looks like it might need some hazard stripe. No. Definitely looks more like an industrial sort of lighting than the white light does. It's kind of how I feel about the different colored lights in the game. Like, orange feels a bit more industrial. White feels a bit more laboratory. Alright, so there's that. See, to fill in the walls here, get some decorative switchboard. Server. Shipyard would be a fairly complicated thing, lots of different blinky lights, right? Something kind of pointless like that. Right, so far so good. Maybe. So if I'm in here standing, I look up. Yeah, okay. It's alright. Yeah, depth. More depth would be better, huh? Color variation is better too. Let's see. Don't want to use dark gray. Brown. How well does that show up? It's a little contrast. It's not a lot. I have trouble with little details like this. Which I could say it was the only thing I had trouble with. Not so much. There. Yeah. Oh, okay. That'll work. Not great, but I can always come back and tweak it a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. I love the sorry, I'm bragging on myself here. I really love the railings. I like the way I did the lights. I think that's a trick I'm going to use again. These are just kind of expected in that. So, I don't know. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Does that line up right? Yeah, that mirrors well. Let's see. If I go with something like this. You can see that the pipe side textures are off. Lovely. Kind of wish that, I don't know. I wish these were designed so that every side ran the same way, except the ends, you'd actually see the ends of them. And then they had full rotation. That to me would be an improvement. Yeah, it looks alright. It's okay. Hmm. Versus the elevator shaft that brings you down here to begin with. Hmm. Yeah, there we go. I knew there were some symmetry bugs with these. Oh, and I totally didn't notice that earlier. Jeez. Okay. Oh, let me just fix all this manually. It must get exhausting, though, for the devs to always be looking for symmetry bugs. Everything gotta be checked on 3 different axes. repetitive work like that I would never be able to do. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It could look better, but yeah, I'm kind of okay with it. Let's see. This is probably overdoing it. Yeah, that's very bad. What if I did this? How does this look? Yeah. Brown is pretty subtle. Okay with subtlety, but at this point I'm honestly just like, why am I even bothering? Let's try switching it out with this. Yeah, it's a little better. Hey, and symmetry's off. Okay. Gotta clear this out again, because I did it on one side only. Alright. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, white light bars, grills. There's a couple others I can't think of right off the top of my head. I think girder has symmetry bugs. Since I don't use it a whole lot, I don't know. Yeah, the shipyard textures do. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll probably just disguise them with something. Alright, so that's that. There's one other thing I need to do, though. That is actually put in some logic. Let's see. Basically, I want to be able to move stuff in and out. Like I'm going to mirror the controls that I've got out here on the request panel. Yeah. I think I'm going to do that very simply by just wirelessly tying it in with the same panel. Alright, so let's see. Thinking about how this is going to work when I'm in astronaut mode. Oh, whoops. And I hate that. How do I want this to work? I don't want 6 buttons, but I do want to be able to both move specific bays out and move cargo into a specific bay. See, let me just grab another decorative computery looking thing here. Oh, it's not decorative. Something like this. I was even considering the side texture and back texture on this. Yeah, something like that, I guess. Alright, so this is going to tie into... See, I need logic. Yep. It's going to tie into an AND. So it's going to tie into 3 ANDs. Right? And it's going to tie into a NOT. Or 3 NOT. No, just 1 NOT. Yep. That's going to tie into 3 ANDs. It's probably a more efficient way of doing this. Right? Oh, it's not what I want anyway. Okay. Activate. For geez, what do I want to call this? Activate to load cargo. Deactivate to unload cargo. Hey, cool, that even fits. Alright, cargo transport systems. This is just flavor text. Manually left justify this. Does that look? Yeah, that's cool. ish. Actually want it to be right there though. Three for each side. Sorry, I just saw your comment. Yeah, three for each side is what I'm gonna do. The problem is that each three I want to both bring cargo in and bring cargo out of specific bays. So these three buttons need to do double duty. Activation module here is gonna toggle which direction stuff's moving. Yeah, this is not my favorite solution, but it'll do. I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, it's a little better. This is all going to be covered up, but ooh, oh no. There. Some nice little additional texture here. Actually, just like this. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet, I think. Alright, now I've just got to wire it up. So I said that... I said activate to load cargo and deactivate to unload. So if this is on, then that means that this is basically going to tie into that button. Yeah, okay. That ties into... When did I have selected? One farthest from the door. Okay. Alright, so let's see, I've still got a test dummy in place on this side. So unload is deactivated. Yeah, there he goes. The pauses are just game glitches. Little hiccups. Alright, good. And now I want to load him into that one, that first one. I said. Okay. Said. Oh, I'm still in unload mode. Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, come on. Hmm. Did I not do this? Knows that it's open. Oh. Why is this locked in, by the way? I think I'm just having logic errors. Alright, will it load into any of them? No, okay. Yeah, I think the game's glitching out on me again. That's honestly what I believe is going on. Or maybe I did set something up wrong. Yep. Look at that. That and is firing. Even though it's linked to that button, the button's not firing. Yeah, and I'm sitting here and I'm trying to activate the button and it's not doing it. Alright, game glitch. That's fine. That's okay. At least I know that everything's supposed to work. Yeah. Alright. Let's see, let me click that into unload. Yeah, I don't know that this is working either. It's not. Okay, cool. So who knows what I'm going to find when I load the game back in. Ah, jeez. Shine, come on, man. Whatever. It's alright. I'm going to go ahead and build it anyway, even if I have to debug it later. Alright, so got... rip these blocks out. The CPU texture there. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's wrong. CPU texture goes right there. Back texture goes there. Okay. That feeds into 3 ands. And the NOT feeds into 3 ands. Each and feeds into a wireless module. See, I said off to unload. Yep. Means that each one of those goes to one of these requesters. So that's farthest from the door. Middle. closest. And these go into specific loading ones. So, what I got here? It's farthest from the door. Metal. Closest. Okay. Cool. Alright, so that control panel is happening. Believe it or not, I'm not done with control panels yet. I just remembered a second ago that I also need a way to control the loading and unloading of cargo. Yeah, let me think. Do I really, though? I just, No, not here, I don't. Not from the shipyards. Totally unnecessary in the shipyard. No, it's not. Now, if I bring in a cargo module and I want to unload it before I disassemble it in the shipyard, I can't do that anyway because I can't get it onto the core. Never mind. Sorry, just doing a lot of thinking out loud here. End result being that no, I'm not adding another control panel down here. That would be silly. All that kind of stuff is going to have to happen from Command Central up here. Right on. As far as that goes, I might end up adding a mirror for those controls down here. I don't know yet. It's a possibility. Since I don't have the controls in place yet, I'm not worried about it. This, by the way, this is just a little pod that I started the stream in. If you missed the start of the stream, that's not going to stay there. However, I have been streaming for just about almost exactly 2 hours. I've had a ridiculous number of logic glitches. I just realized that I absolutely hate the way that this looks. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to call it quits for the evening. Wow, how did I miss that in my last stream? I think it was a week ago I did this, and I did not realize how jagged this profile was. You know what? I need symmetry on this. It was smoother, basically. It still wouldn't have been real smooth, but then I cut it to put in these braces. That's not really an excuse, because it still would have been pretty jagged even before. Right. And this is going to improve the flow of the whole thing, isn't it? I'm going to pretend that I'm confident that that fixes everything. I can't tell from in here anyway. Yeah, we're going to work with that. That's an improvement, I think. Yeah, it sure is. Alright, cool. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much it means to me that you're willing to sit there and listen to me blather on the way I do. I wouldn't. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch me when you could have been watching so many other more entertaining YouTubers, streamers. I'm gonna keep working on this on and off camera. Still got a lot of stuff left to do. Who knows where this is going to end up once I reload the game and the logic bugs get sorted out. But in any case, thanks for watching. Hope to see you again in the future. Take care. Bye bye.